and thank you so much for taking time this evening, on Friday evening, to be at a football game or just relaxing at the movies. My name is Cindy Strzelecki, and some of you know it's not as scary as it sounds. And so those who know how to say it, I'd ask you to say it with me. Strzelecki, Strzelecki, Strzelecki. So, easy. Once you learn how to spell it, it's even easier. I'm running for place 2. I'm a registered nurse. I initially was an intensive care nurse for about 10 or 15 years and then moved into management and eventually to administration. I have 13 years collectively between the Methodist healthcare system and the Baptist healthcare system as their compliance officer who deals with rules and regulations that hospitals have to deal with and our ethics code for those systems. And currently I'm on faculty for the LVN program at the Baptist School of Health Professions, which is located in the medical center area. I decided to run for place 2 because I've been active in Windcrest in different roles since we moved to Windcrest in 2003. Initially in 2006, I was on the Windcrest Proud Committee. If you remember the Windcrest Proud Committee, we had quarterly receptions for new people that moved into Windcrest to meet those of us who were already in Windcrest to help improve our community, working together and knowing people, knowing our neighbors. I also, in 2008, was on the ethics panel, advisory panel for the City Council. That was a year after our first charter was passed, and Mayor Jack Lenhart wanted to get an ethics policy for the city. And then just recently, I became active in January on the newsletter committee. And I don't know if it was me or others, but 2 months later it was dissolved. But we became the events committee, and so I may have seen you at 4th of July. I was handing out ice cream to everyone. So my husband and I grew up in a small town, and we looked forward to living in a small town and enjoyed the community and the pride that everyone had within Windcrest. I've seen that change, particularly over the last 8 to 10 years. And so one of my positions is to try to get that back, to get us back to being proud to live in Windcrest. And I think we can do that by strengthening the charter, because we've had issues that have come up that weren't addressed in the charter, and so we're really wide open for anyone to do whatever they wanted to. So I think strengthening that and looking at how the city is being managed, particularly, again, folks have, Geraldine and others have talked about the budget. A 6% across the board is not, for all employees, is not what I'm used to, particularly if there's no merit program. And so I would like to see, I see the city council as really the board that advises the city manager and gives them policies and procedures and ordinances to be able to manage the city effectively. So in addition to the charter, the other things I'd like to see addressed is to move forward on the agreement with the Volunteer Fire Association so that issues that were raised before can be addressed and we can move forward. The Fire Association can start to do fundraising for us again. Hopefully we would have enough time, if it passes before the election, to have a picnic, if not maybe earlier in the spring than we've done in the past, but certainly before Fill the Boot in December. And then also streets. And I do think that there are different ways to look at money and allocate money. We had again, I was at the budget hearing, and we had $500,000 that could be put to any project. None of that money was put to the roads. And you know that there's a bond election that will be on the ballot in November. So the citizens will decide which direction, but I do think that there is money within the budget that we could start to do, certainly the preventative, and then also systematically work on the roads to improve those after the Roads Committee got together and evaluated our status. So again, my name is Cindy Strzelecki, and I would ask for your support for my position in place 2.